talked about Kim and Kroy here on the channel months ago, even last year around this time. They were not doing good, and they're not doing well now. They're actually doing even worse. The two just went to court this past Friday. Kim lost in court up against Kroy when it comes to things like their home and whether or not they're going to sell their home, who's going to get to sleep in the bedroom, who has to sleep in the basement. Yes, it's gotten that bad between these two, and you better believe we're going to talk about it, okay? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here or you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button right below this video to get locked into all things Damien After Dark. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a beat. Also, go ahead and click that like button down below the video, the thumbs up button. For those that don't know, it's right down there. That's your way of supporting the channel, and it also helps other people like yourself to find our channel when they log on to YouTube. If you want to take it a step further and donate to the channel, in the description box below, I will have ways that you can donate using payment methods like Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, and Venmo, as well as my Amazon wish list, and I appreciate all the support and the love. Mwah. Last but not least, I would love to hear from you on what you think about this story regarding Kim and Kroy. Okay? So make sure you get in those comments during the video and let me know all your thoughts, and I will try to jump down there and respond back to you. So, we talked about Kim and Kroy here on the channel last year around this time. And if you remember, last year around this time, news had broke that their home was going into foreclosure, okay? Which is sad. No matter what you think about Kim or Kroy, whether you loved her or you hated her, you don't want to see anybody lose their home, right? Especially when there's children involved. Well, some kind of way Kim and Kroy were able to save the home last minute before it was sold on the auction block. I don't know if friends gave them money. I don't know if they scraped together their last little pennies to make a payment. I'm not sure what happened, but they were able to save the home. Now, also around that time, I don't know if any of you remember, Kim also posted videos to her social media accounts, talking about this news that her home was in foreclosure, and she was saying, fuck you haters, all of you that are talking about my home going into foreclosure are nothing but losers that don't have a life. Fuck all of you. I'm going to be in my home this Christmas, and I'm going to be in my home on my birthday coming up, and I'm going to be in my home the next Christmas, and what are you haters going to do about it? Nothing, nothing, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying nothing about it, Kim, in her narcissistic ways, she couldn't help but go to social media and try to clear it up. Because why? She knew that the stories were true. What did that Lizzo song say? All the rumors are true. Yeah. Now, fast forward after all this news that broke of their home going into foreclosure last year. Fast forward into 2023. This summer of 2023, we haven't talked about it here on the channel, so I'm going to briefly catch you guys up on what's been happening. Kim and Kroy's relationships have been in the headlines all summer long, and it's been so tumultuous and up and down. From Kim calling the police on Kroy multiple times, claiming that, he locked her out of her closet, or he locked her out of the bathroom, or, he stole her designer purses. I mean, she was calling the police on him for every little thing. At some points, Brielle ended up allegedly calling the police because on the police report, they say one of the children made the police call. And they say that Brielle was one of those that did that. She was there at the time that Kim and Kroy were arguing. So they have pretty much been going through it, not only financially, but in their marriage as well. The two are not getting along. Kroy is at his wit's end, and he's done. And he's filed for divorce. They both filed for divorce, actually. And over the course of this year, they'd file for divorce, and then they would come out and say, there'd be a news headline saying that they're, amending their divorce. They're taking it back. They don't want to get divorced. But then they'd come forward again, and Kroy would say, no, we're definitely getting divorced. So I think Kim didn't want this divorce because she wants to keep up this fairy tale image that, oh no, we're happy, we're in this big mansion, nothing's wrong. But the walls are crumbling, Kim. it is what it is, baby girl. And people go through hard times. This is the moment in your life for you to be the real housewife that you claim to be all these seasons on the show. This is the time where you really step into your reality and say, you know what? Yeah, I am going through hard times. I did make stupid decisions. I do have a drinking problem. I'm going to go to rehab and I'm going to try to rebuild my life. Of course, that's the right way to do it, but it's the hard way to do it. And she's not going to do that. Kim's not going to do that. We all know that. She's not going to do it. She's going to continue to put up this facade that everything is okay, everything's fine. She was in LA about a month ago with Brielle, and paparazzi caught her out. And a lot of people were saying, well, how can she afford to go to LA and do all this? Some doctor paid for her and Brielle's flight to go to LA to film his show. Some doctor in LA that does brain scans. He wanted to do a brain scan of Kim and Brielle. Kim is definitely the one you need to be doing a brain scan on. But he paid for all that. So she went out there to do this show for a few days. It's, I don't even know if the show is on a network. I don't even know where the show airs at. But paparazzi caught her out. And, of course, everything's okay. It's me, Kim. Hey, everything's fine. She's trying to fake the funk. But the stories are out there. Now, here's where things have gotten nasty. They're so in debt. They are so behind. One thing that y'all gotta realize that you may not know is that they are being sued by multiple people. Casinos. And this is all allegedly, but it's out there in articles. I mean, we can find it. It's out there. Not even just in articles. It's public record. You can look up lawsuits, right? She's being sued by casinos. A casino in the Bahamas, her and Kroy. Or one or the other or both. Credit card companies. They owe the IRS over $1 million. Range Rover, or not Range Rover, what's the other luxury car? The one with the stars in the ceiling, Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce is suing them. Capital One, American Express, Saks Fifth Avenue. So many companies and places are suing them because they have lived beyond their means for so long that it's just now starting to catch up. And now that they've gotten in this debt, remember their home last year and went into foreclosure, and they managed to save it by making some payments. Well, they got behind again, and now they can't afford the home. They can't even afford water because allegedly in a court, and this is even in the court documents. So I don't even know why I'm saying allegedly, but their water was cut off at one point, and that's sad. Listen. Am I shaming these people? I've been in situations before where I've had my electric cut off back in the days when I, was a young buck that just didn't care, you know what I'm saying? But not 40, 50-something-year-old adults with children. Come on now. In this big, huge house, and y'all driving Range Rovers and motherfucking G-Wagons and shit. Get real with it here. Come on now. So, they're at home. They can no longer afford. So Kroy is asking the judge, I want to sell this home, get what money we can get out of it, pay what we owe, and move on. Right? Because they're so behind on the mortgage payments. Now keep in mind, y'all, they bought this home about 10 years ago for $800,000. It's worth $3 million now. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all bought this home over 10 years ago when you're making great money. Kroy's in the NFL, 7 figures making. Kim's on Real Housewives of Atlanta, got her own spinoff show. She's making 6 figures. So both of these people were making great money. Why didn't you not, so they bought their house for $880,000, but they ended up taking out a mortgage on it. They ended up taking out a loan on their home. That's why they're losing it now. And that blows my mind. Why do you take a loan out on your home unless they known for a while? So they took this loan out on their home in 2016. So that must be when the financial trouble really started. 2016, 2018, when they took the line of credit out on their home. Because you don't do that unless you have money problems. If your home is paid for, I don't own a home, but I know, and y'all at home probably know too, if you own a home, you're not going to take a lot of credit out on your home if you own it, right? Unless it's just dire. Somebody needs a kidney, so, you know, I mean, so the main problems have been happening. What is that, 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago? But I see nobody learned. So Kim and Kroy went to court Friday. And now let me say this before we get into the court thing. They were supposed to appear on a Zoom call for their court session. However, Kim did not show up. She said she was on the way back from Colombia. Because if y'all did not know, she's been filming The Surreal Life on VH1, which was a show that was on VH1 15, 20 years ago. Or if y'all don't know if y'all remember, but it had like Janice Dickinson. It had the guy from Austin Powers, the little person. It puts different celebrities in a house. It's like a social experiment. And they brought it, so the show ended years and years ago, but they brought it back on VH1. And last season it had like Dennis Rodman. They had Stormy Daniels, that chick that slept with Trump. Different celebrities and celebrities, you know what I'm saying, and influencers and things like that. Now on season 2, and that's also the show that August Alsina allegedly came out and claimed, you know, he didn't come out and say he was gay, but he pretty much announced his love to a man on TV. That was that show. Now, the show apparently did well, so they're bringing it back for a second season, and Kim is a part of the season. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking what I'm thinking. Well, good, because she needs a check. You know what I'm saying? Well, not really good, because I know, like, some people are probably thinking they don't want to watch her. I like to watch Kim. I think she's entertaining. Is she a hot mess train wreck? Yes, but that makes the best TV. So I'm going to be tuned in. And this is a way for her to make some money. However, from what I found out, they really didn't make that much. They only made around $50,000 for the 10 days that they were there. You think about it. $50,000, take taxes out of it, you might get what? $37,500, $40,000 out of it, if that. And then y'all think Kim's putting that towards the house? No. Kroy has already said that, you know, she's giving him no money because she's been selling wigs online. She's trying to sell her wigs. She's trying to sell her purses. And not only is she trying to sell her purses, she's lying, saying they've never been used. And then people are exposing her online, posting paparazzi photos of her with these same purses that she's claiming online have never been used or worn, charging $8, $9, $10, $15, $20,000 for these purses and bags. Some of them have dirt and stains on them. I'm not even lying. I'm not trying to hate. It's all out there. I'm just giving y'all the facts of it all. So, and I can't hate on her there. You trying to hustle and come up with your money. But the least you could do, Kim, was if you're going to hustle, because she sold some of her purses, and I think she sold some of the wigs. Even Andy Cohen allegedly bought one of the wigs to help her out. Word on the street. And Kroy says she's given him nothing to put towards the children, to put towards the bills, the home, the debt, that she's still going out and, you know, Starbucks, Botox, Saks Fifth Avenue, Opus One wine, living the high life like nothing's going on. Now, shout out to the good, the bad, and the fake 6 on Instagram. They are a page that has been dedicated to, quote-unquote, exposing Kim. Now, some could say it's a hate page, because here's the thing. I never met this man, but there's someone that is close to this family, that is good friends with Brielle, that I have followed on social media and been friends with on Facebook since we were both in high school. Literally. And I found him on social media years ago because I thought he was cute, and come to find out he's friends with Brielle in high school back in 2010, 11, 12, you know what I'm saying? And anyway, he's been on my social media, my Facebook, my pages for years. You know, I like his stuff every now and then. And he messaged me a couple weeks ago, and he said, I have a question. And I said, sure. And he said, why do you follow me and Brielle, yet you're in the comments on these hate pages? And I had to explain to him that never one time did I say anything negative about him, even though I know he's affiliated with them. I had to explain to him that, you know, I talk about this kind of stuff on my YouTube channel and make money for it. So we can say I do it for a living. And do I make my living off of it? No, I have another job, but I make money from this for talking about hot topics, reality TV, that kind of thing, right? And that it's nothing personal. And that it's not hate. I'm not on here saying I hate Kim Zolciak. I hope they lose their home. Screw that whore. Screw these trifling MFers, you know, all the, I'm not, that to me, that's spewing hate. I'm on here giving my opinion, which is they've lived beyond their means for forever, that I do feel like Kim scams and misleads people, that these people have been on television before. Kim, let me say Kim, not these people, because I have no issue with Brielle, Ariana, Kroy, any of them, but I'm mainly focused on Kim and her ways and her actions and her history that we've seen on TV and social media, and how she looked down on people and where they live and ew, roaches and all this and that. Yet you ain't even paying your bills. You living way above your means. Now, and I just wanted to say that because I don't want what I'm doing to get misconstrued as I'm being a hater and I'm spewing vitriol and just being a mean person. That's not what it is. Y'all want mean, y'all want vitriol, hate pages, go over Tasha K, and there's plenty of other bloggers out here. And that's no shade towards Tasha K. I watch her. You know, I like some of these shady ass bloggers that get nasty in the gutter with it. But it's not me. I don't go low like that. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now let's get back to them going to court, okay? Let's get back to the meat of the matter. They went to court Friday. Originally, they were scheduled to do a Zoom session for their court session. You know how easy that would be? I would love to be able to do my court sessions if I get a speeding ticket or whatever on Zoom. And Kim misses it because she's on a flight back from Colombia. So the judge says, okay, you missed the court date through Zoom? Show up in person now. Now this judge, I think her name is Charlene. I just want to make sure I get her name correct. Well, did I get her name wrong? Sorry, y'all. I don't see the name of the... Anyway, let's just read this here. I'm going to read this to you guys really quick. Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann's latest hearing in their divorce case was deemed a waste by the presiding judge after the Real Housewives star failed to appear for a hearing. According to a witness inside the courtroom, Biermann's lawyer pressed on about selling the former Lovebirds' Atlanta, Georgia home. As you know, the argument comes just days after Zolciak had filed a motion to dismiss Biermann's second divorce filing. Remember I told y'all that. Kim would try to file for divorce, or Kroy would file for divorce. Kim would try to file a motion to dismiss it. Kroy would go, you know, it was like a back and forth thing. The former couple had previously announced their separation in May, but by July, they had reconciled. So now at one point they came back and said, no, we're going to call off the wedding or the divorce, only to come back and say, we're getting divorced again. Because, I mean, it's just chaotic. Every day something else was happening. Now, during the hearing in Fulton County Superior Court, all parties except Zolciak were present. As explained by her lawyer, David Beaudry, The blonde beauty couldn't attend because she was returning from filming the MTV reality series, The Surreal Life, in Colombia, and was expected to land in Atlanta at 9 p.m. local time. Despite apologies from Kim's attorney, the judge expressed irritation and firmly reiterated that she had not permitted the reality television star to skip the hearing. The judge said her presence was not waived for today, so she is supposed to be here. I did not waive her presence. So the judge is telling Kim, I don't care that you're doing a reality show. You had a court date. If you knew that you were going to be filming this show up until said court date, you should have told the producers or whoever, hey, I've got to be in court on the 28th, whatever day it is. I need to leave a day early to get back to home. Because Kim, had this been criminal court, your ass would have a warrant. But since it's family court, divorce court, whatever, the tense exchange led the judge to temporarily pause proceedings, according to the reports. Upon resuming, the judge, still visibly irritated, made the decision to reset the hearing and eliminate the option of a Zoom. She insisted that going forward, all parties involved in the case would be required to physically appear in the courtroom. Although Judge Williams' decision appeared to disappoint all the participants, it didn't stop Biermann's lawyer, Marlies Bergstrom, from shifting focus to an emergency notion, requesting the court permission to sell the family's $3 million home in Alpharetta. So the judge said, we're going to put this, since she didn't show up, we're not going to do the Zoom meeting. You guys need to show up in person in my courtroom. And Kroy's attorney said, well, I don't want this court date to be wasted. Can we put in an emergency motion for this home to be sold because my client is in financial ruin and is going to be kicked out any day now? So, during the discussion, it was disclosed that Zolciak had refused to list the estate for sale, and it was now scheduled for foreclosure on November the 7th. Biermann then confirmed this information when he spoke for the first time during the hearing, saying correct. So, Kroy wants to sell the house, get what they can get out of it, and pay off the debt. Kim wants to keep it and for it to go in foreclosure. In what fantasy land, Kim, are you going to pull the money out of your ass to pay for this home? Why not sell it? You better call Big Papa. Is that who you're going to call? Big Papa. I love you, Big Papa. Big Papa ain't studying you. He back with his wife. Big Papa filed bankruptcy and ain't got the money he used to get. You better go find somebody, Kim. Listen to your husband. Let your husband lead. That's the problem now. You've been trying to run him the whole marriage, and you've been fucking him from the back the whole time. That's Kroy's problem. He doesn't let you run all over him this entire marriage. He's let you make all the decisions. He's let you handle the finances. And now y'all in motherfucking deep to where you can't get out. Designer this, you know, the best wine, $50,000 a year for private school. Put your kids in a motherfucking public school and call it a day. And put that $50,000 a year back for a college fund for their car when they turn 16. Yeah, bozo. Now, when the judge inquired if the Real Housewives of Atlanta's attorney, when the judge inquired if Kim's attorney was aware of the pending foreclosure, he responded, "No, Judge, I did not know that." Meanwhile, when asked about the approximate equity in the home, Kroy declined to answer, citing concerns about media coverage in the hearing. So the judge wanted to know how much equity is in the home, but he didn't want to talk about it because he's worried about what the media is going to say. And on the flip side of that, Kim's lawyer didn't even know that the home was going into foreclosure. She didn't even tell the man that their home was going into foreclosure. Her lawyer showed up to this court date. Kim didn't show up. She ain't even there. And then your attorney has to find out from the judge and everybody else that your home is in foreclosure because you failed to tell him. The former Atlanta Falcons linebacker had previously mentioned the foreclosure in legal documents when shooting down his estranged wife's request to dismiss his divorce filing. In the papers obtained by the blast some days ago, he expressed that the petitioner has no desire to reconcile. The fact that he engaged in sexual relations with the respondent does not indicate a desire to reconcile. So, when Kim went to file a motion to dismiss the divorce, in her motion to dismiss, she said, we don't need to get divorced because we just had sex. We just had sex this week. He just flipped me over and fucked me before I came up here to the courthouse. And Kroy's saying, yeah, I may have just fucked you a day ago, but that don't mean we getting back together. I just needed some pussy. That's what Kroy said. It's here on yahoo.com. I'm not lying. The court documents are out there. Again, Kim's trying to keep up this persona, and Kroy's like, no, we're getting divorced. We're not gonna get into all their debt, but this is what I wanted to run down with you guys before we end this video. Just a little synopsis, a little summary of what happened at court. The judge ruled that Kroy can sell the home, so the home will be sold. Due to lack of funds, Kim was not asked to move out, but she was ordered to sleep in the basement, which they have in parentheses is the maid's quarters. My oh my, how you fall from grace so quickly. My oh my, how you can go from here to here so quickly. Now, allegedly, according to maids that worked for them in the past, Kim used to talk to them like shit, cuss at them, didn't pay some of them, and now you in the maid's quarters. So the judge says Kim doesn't have to move out since she doesn't have the money to. But, now see, had they both had plenty of money and were going through all this, the judge would make them live in separate homes. But she's saying Kim has to sleep in the basement and Kroy gets the master bedroom. Now, Kim did speak up during the hearing and said, I have neck problems and I need to sleep in the master bedroom because it has a better expensive mattress that can support my neck. And Kroy said, Your Honor, she's been in Colombia for 2 weeks sleeping on a queen-size bed and she's been just fine. And the judge said, okay, you're going to go down to the basement like I said. It's obvious that this judge has seen Kim on the Housewives and has seen this history and is not a fan of her behavior. Now, they both have access to the kitchen, according to these documents. They have no money to afford a GAL for the children, which is like a legal guardian that helps oversee the decisions made for the children. So let's say that Kim says, I want to move out and take the kids with me. This person can say, no, you need to stay in the home with, they oversee the kids so there no petty shit is happening. It says, monthly income for Kroy is $4,500 from his football pension. Kim's income from clickbait that she makes on Facebook is estimated at $5,000 a month. So together they're making about $10,000 a month. Now, it's not enough money to obtain the lifestyle they were living, but they could easily, if they would get their heads out of their asses, they could easily go afford a home, go rent you a nice home so you can get on your feet, because you can't buy nothing right now, but go rent you a nice home for $2,000 a month, whatever, $3,000 a month, however much it is a month for you and all them kids, and call it a day. There's this fly that is flying around here bothering the shit out of me. I'm surprised Kroy still has money left from his pension, to be honest with you. And also, my thing that I don't understand is they still, Kim and Brielle share a Range Rover. They're sharing a Range Rover now, and Kroy gets the Escalade. Sell those fucking vehicles. You don't need a Range Rover, and you don't need an Escalade. Hello? You ever heard of Kia and Honda? It's time to come on down here with us regular folk. Come on now. Sell them cars. I know there's probably not much value in them, because since, you know, cars depreciate quickly. However, you can get something out of it. Also, in these notes, it says the water has already been turned off in the house once, has been turned back on due to hardship. That blew my mind. Like, y'all bringing in $10,000 a month and you can't even pay your water bill. Bitch. $10,000 a month and you can't even pay your water bill. Since 2022, Kim has borrowed a total of $250,000 from a friend named Kathy. Who is this friend? And please give me her number so we can have a coffee lunch date and become friends. Because if she's letting Kim borrow $250,000, she gonna let anybody borrow $250,000. Like, what? You done gave this woman that much money? I'm like, who is this woman? Now, y'all know Kim dated a woman back in the day, DJ Tracy Young. Remember when she dated that lesbian DJ? So we know that she liked cooter. So does she have a sugar mama that's giving her money on the side? Does she? How do you borrow $250,000 from a friend in a year? Y'all better get it together. Brielle, you need to go get a job. Ariana has moved out and moved in with her boyfriend. You need to go get a job too, Ariana, because he ain't going to take care of you forever. You know, these poor little babies that are all under 10 are in the middle of this shit show. Kroy, go get a job immediately. Kim, see, and that's the thing. If Kim, Kroy, and Brielle would all get a job, they could make some shit shake. And they could get back afloat. But they think they're above it because they were on reality TV, that they don't have to work. They don't need to work. Do something. This shit is sad, man. Anyway, I want to hear from you guys on what you think about this story. What do y'all think about these struggles that Kim and Kroy are going through? I don't wish this on nobody, but it truly is sad. And I'm not here to hate on these people. I'm just here to tell you the facts of what is going on. Leave me your comments and opinions in the comment section below. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button right below this video down there. And turn on your post notifications so you never miss a beat. Press that thumbs up button right below this video as well. And like the video. That is your way of supporting the channel. And it will get shown to other people like yourself, so others can find us here. And you, last but not least, if you want to be generous, you can donate to the channel. In the description box below will be ways that you can donate using the payment applications like PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. My Amazon wish list is also in the description box below. Only if you're feeling generous, and I appreciate all of those who donate. Mwah. I thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Damien After Dark. And we'll see you next time. Bye.